Welcome to our channel. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing so we can bring more stories like this to you.
Windsor Castle stood regal against the twilight sky, its towering spires and ancient stone walls a testament to centuries of British history, illuminated by golden lights. The castle exuded an air of opulence as preparations for the royal banquet unfolded within its grand halls. Guests adorned in exquisite evening attire mingled in the lavishly decorated dining room, where crystal chandeliers dripped with elegance and tables overflowed with gourmet delights fit for royalty. At the heart of this celebration was a Nobel-winning scientist, a figure lauded for groundbreaking research that promised to revolutionize environmental conservation. Yet hidden among the festivities was a sense of urgency. Their work had attracted unwanted attention from eco-terrorists bent on sabotaging the gala to make a statement against perceived injustices. As laughter echoed through the hallways and fine champagne flowed, few could sense the impending danger lurking just beneath the surface. The atmosphere crackled with both excitement and tension, setting the stage for an extraordinary confrontation that would reveal unexpected heroes and test the limits of secrecy and valor at one of Britain's most iconic landmarks. Dr. Evelyn Hart, the distinguished scientist at the center of attention, had dedicated her life to pioneering eco-friendly technologies that could mitigate climate change's devastating effects, with numerous accolades to her name, including a Nobel Prize for her revolutionary research on sustainable energy solutions. She was a beacon of hope in a world facing environmental crises. However, the fame that accompanied her success brought unforeseen dangers, compelling her to adopt an incognito persona for the royal banquet. Donned in the garb of a footman, Evelyn skillfully blended into the bustling atmosphere of Windsor Castle, keenly aware of the risks lurking among the glittering guests. The decision to attend in disguise was not made lightly. It was a strategic move designed to protect both herself and her groundbreaking work from those who sought to undermine scientific progress through fear and sabotage. As she navigated the opulent halls, her heart raced with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Unbeknownst to her, this evening would test not only her resolve but also her ability to outsmart adversaries intent on silencing her voice in the fight for environmental justice. While the guests reveled in the elegance of the royal banquet, a sinister plot was unfolding just beneath the glitz and glamour. A group of eco-terrorists, mounting an audacious attack on the event, had infiltrated Windsor Castle with a singular aim: to poison the champagne tower, sending a message against what they perceived as governmental inaction on climate change. Their radical ideology fueled a dangerous mission, believing that drastic measures were necessary to shock society into acknowledging the environmental crisis. Led by a charismatic yet ruthless figure known only as the Phantom, the group had carefully planned their operation. They believed that targeting such a high-profile gathering would not only disrupt the event but also serve as a catalyst for greater awareness of their cause. With every step they took toward their goal, they risked drawing attention to their nefarious intentions, but in their minds it was a sacrifice worth making. As they positioned themselves strategically around the banquet hall, tension mounted. Little did they know their plot was on the verge of being uncovered by an unlikely hero who was keenly aware of their presence and determined to prevent tragedy from spoiling the celebration. In the shadows of Windsor Castle, Jason Statham embodied an undercover operative with a singular mission: to protect Dr. Evelyn Hart from the looming threat of eco-terrorists. With years of experience in high-stakes situations, he was no stranger to danger or deception. His sharp instincts and combat skills were finely tuned, allowing him to navigate the intricacies of the royal banquet while remaining discreet. Disguised as a footman, Statham's keen eyes scanned the room, assessing every guest and noting any suspicious behavior. He understood that the stakes were high. The success of Evelyn's groundbreaking research depended not only on her safety but also on ensuring that the gala proceeded without incident. As he moved through the elegant halls, he recalled his training, a combination of intelligence gathering and quick decision making that had served him well in previous missions. The tension in the air was palpable, and as whispers reached his ears about a potential plot, his resolve hardened. Determined to thwart the eco-terrorists' plans, he prepared himself for action. With each passing moment, he grew more aware that not just one life hung in the balance but potentially many others attending this prestigious event. As the evening unfolded, Statham's instincts were on high alert when he caught sight of a suspicious exchange among the guests. His heart raced as he noticed the Phantom and a few masked accomplices slipping away toward an ornate tapestry, leading him to realize that the eco-terrorists were ready to execute their plan. With urgency and precision, he formulated a tactical approach. Choosing the element of surprise, Statham quietly maneuvered behind the majestic Tudor tapestry that draped from the wall, taking a deep breath. He grabbed hold of the intricate fabric and swung down with the grace of a seasoned acrobat, landing right in front of the ringleader just as the plot was poised to unfold. Before the Phantom could react, Statham sprang into action, delivering a powerful tackle that sent both men tumbling across the lavish Queen's gallery. The clatter of their bodies against fine china echoed through the hall, drawing the bewildered gaze of guests who had no idea of the chaos lurking beneath the surface. In that electrifying moment, Statham knew he had disrupted not only an ambush but also ignited a fierce confrontation against those determined to wreak havoc on this prestigious night. The moment Statham tackled the Phantom, chaos erupted in the lavish Queen's gallery. Guests gasped in shock as the two men tumbled across priceless artifacts, their scuffle rattling fine china and disrupting the gilded decorum of the evening, but Statham was unfazed. Understanding that time was of the essence, he swiftly assessed the scene, eyes scanning for additional threats amidst the fray. As the ringleader regained his footing, Statham launched into action, expertly dodging an incoming punch while simultaneously delivering a powerful kick to another approaching eco-terrorist. Adrenaline surged through him as he pivoted, leveraging his agility to take on multiple assailants at once. Each movement was calculated, a blend of strength and finesse honed through years of experience in high-stakes confrontations. The Queen's gallery transformed into a battleground as more eco-terrorists emerged from the shadows, attempting to flank him. With every strike and swift maneuver, Statham exhibited remarkable prowess, using his environment to his advantage, grabbing a nearby candelabra as a weapon and deflecting blows with impressive speed. He knew he had to buy time to ensure Dr. Hart's safety and prevent the eco-terrorists from unleashing their deadly plan during this high-profile event. In the midst of the unfolding chaos, Statham's mind raced as he realized he needed a swift escape plan for Dr. Hart. With eco-terrorists still regrouping for their next assault, he quickly located her near the back of the gallery, eyes wide with fear but determination shining through. "Stay close to me," he urged, his voice steady amid the commotion. Statham scanned their surroundings and his gaze landed on an ornate side door that led toward the gardens, an unconventional but potentially effective exit. The faint sound of shouts and footsteps behind them propelled him into action. He led Evelyn through the throng of stunned guests, leveraging his stature to part the crowd as they made their way to the door. Just as they reached it, two eco-terrorists emerged from the shadows, blocking their path. Without hesitation, Statham delivered two quick strikes, incapacitating them before signaling Evelyn to follow him outside. Once in the moonlit gardens, they spotted a horse-drawn carriage tethered nearby. Statham helped Evelyn inside and leapt onto the driver's seat, urging the horses forward just as chaos erupted behind them. With dawn approaching and danger still lurking, he was determined to ensure their safe escape from Windsor Castle. As the horse-drawn carriage thundered away from Windsor Castle, the tension inside was palpable. Statham clutched the reins tightly, urging the horses into a gallop as they navigated the winding paths of the dimly lit gardens. Behind them, shouts and the sound of footsteps echoed, signaling that the eco-terrorists were hot on their trail. The cool night air rushed past them, mingling with the adrenaline pulsing through Statham's veins. He glanced back, seeing shadows darting from tree to tree, evidence that their pursuers were not far behind. With every twist and turn, he maneuvered the carriage to evade capture, weaving through the moonlit landscape as the first hints of dawn began to break on the horizon. Evelyn sat beside him, her heart racing not only from fear but also from disbelief at how quickly their evening had descended into chaos. "Faster," she urged, and Statham grinned, finding resolve in her determination. He cracked the whip above their heads, urging the horses to propel them forward even faster. The carriage surged ahead, leaving behind the looming threat of disaster as the light of morning began to warm the sky, a symbol of hope and their narrow escape from danger. As the sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Jason Statham and Dr. Evelyn Hart reflected on their harrowing ordeal. The successful thwarting of the eco-terrorist plot not only saved countless lives but also highlighted the critical importance of Evelyn's groundbreaking research in environmental conservation. They both knew that her work held the potential to inspire change and combat climate issues on a global scale, making it all the more imperative to continue. In the aftermath of their escape, a bond forged in crisis emerged between them. Statham admired Evelyn's steadfast determination and resilience, qualities that made her not just a brilliant scientist but also a true warrior for her cause. 4. Her part, Evelyn recognized Statham's unwavering commitment to protecting her and ensuring her contributions would not be silenced by fear or violence. Their partnership had blossomed amidst the chaos, a realization that they were allies not only in survival but also in a shared mission to advocate for environmental justice. As they looked ahead, both felt invigorated and ready to face the challenges that lay ahead, united in purpose and propelled by the hope that their efforts could spark meaningful change for future generations. As Jason Statham and Dr. Evelyn Hart prepared to embrace their newfound partnership, the weight of their recent adventure lingered in the air. They knew that the fight for environmental justice was far from over. Enthused by their success, they began discussing potential future missions, contemplating how to safeguard other vital scientific advancements under threat. The world was full of hidden dangers, powerful entities who would do anything to suppress groundbreaking technologies that challenged the status quo. Whether it was another gala needing protection or an underground lab developing revolutionary solutions, Statham felt the thrill of adventure calling him once more. Imagine what we could accomplish together, Evelyn mused, her eyes lighting up with determination. There are so many scientists like me who need safeguarding. Statham nodded, a confident grin forming on his face. Together, they would become a formidable team, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. As they looked out towards the horizon, a sense of purpose filled the air. Their next adventure beckoned, a tantalizing whisper of action and intrigue just beyond the dawn, waiting for them to answer the call.